Hey, what's up YouTube? I am Frogman Lauger, back again with another Frogman's Findings. Gonna be a quick upload again after my last video. Normally it's like 2-3 weeks in between. This one's gonna be within a week because I've got just so much stuff. Yesterday had the Iowa Retro Gamer Nation get together. Got a lot of good stuff out of that. So that's what most of this video is gonna be. Was at 289, I believe, at the end of my last video, with 90 left on that previous list. So I'm going to jump into it right here. First up, did a deal with Ryan out of the Iowa Retro Gamer Nation. He was kind enough to give me a few extra days to come up with the money. Sold me Romstar Baseball Stars 2, complete in box. Very, very minty box. Looks like it's hardly ever been played. And it is complete. Looks like the only thing that's missing is the sleeve. But there's the manual. I don't know. It's weird the cover's that way, but all the writing's all sideways. It's got, looks like everything with it. Even the little scare you med card or whatever, the read before you use. It's got a cool Romstar poster for the game, Nintendo Power Card, and the coolest piece of all, receipt from KB Toy Stores from '92. Was sold in, yeah, '92. It was a $54.99 game then. So find it interesting to find out how much people actually did pay for some of this stuff back when they bought it originally. The box looks like it's barely ever been opened. Might never have been played or played that often. But very cool to have. Thank you, Ryan. That is going in my collection. Next up, when I was out during citywide garage sales, there's a guy here in town I've bought before from him. He always seems to have stuff, and again, he had stuff. I could have bought a lot more, but I didn't want to waste all my money at one stop, and his prices were kind of all over the place. Any game, any NES game was like $3. Some DS stuff was like $3, but like a NES system he wanted 75, I think he said, for. But as the weekend went, I heard some other people said they stopped and talked to him, and he was going a lot lower. But just none of that was in my wheelhouse as far as what I wanted to pay. But I did pick up a couple things I didn't have. Which I picked up Track and Field, which I did own this one before. Kind of surprised I haven't found it yet, but now that I have it, it's probably going to show up everywhere. But Track and Field was also on my previously owned list. And Iron Sword, Wizard and Warriors 2. I also owned this one before, so those are both going in my collection. Next, when I was out doing citywides on Saturday, I actually went out with the 8-Bit Leprechaun. He came over to my town. We did citywides together. Had a lot of fun. Didn't really find much. We mostly struck out, but I did come up across, by accident, some stuff. Turns out it was at the house of another group member. His name's Nate. He's kind of newer to the group. But anyway, cut me a deal, pretty good value deal on it. A couple games I didn't have. Wizards and Warriors, the first one. Kind of ironic, I got 2 of the 3 right away. But I had that one before, don't have it now, so that goes into the collection. And I've never had this one before, and that is Smash TV. So picking up both of those, that was awesome, so thank you, Nate. Next up, from the Iowa Retro Gamer Nation get-together. Did a couple different deals with somebody I've dealt with on there before. His name's Rob. He's got his own store. It is nestdepot.com. Traded him some stuff. I traded him Super Mario Advance, Super Mario Advance 3, Super Mario Advance 4, Mario Pinball, Pokemon Leaf Green, and I think that was it. But that's what I traded him those. He's like all solid titles. He was really good with the value, and I picked up a few things, like I said. Had never seen this one in the wild. It's not even that expensive of a game, just hadn't seen it, and that is the Untouchables. So that is going into the collection. Here's one I've owned before, but I picked it up, got it now complete in box, and that is City Connection. He threw in the box protector with it. The box appears to be in pretty good shape. You know, it's got everything, so really happy about that. Only thing, it looks like one of the tabs on the top of the box is missing. That doesn't really bother me at all. Box looks great otherwise, so that is awesome. Adding that to the collection. That was one I'd owned before. Here's another one he traded me, the last one of the deal, and that is Puzznick. It is super complete. It has, and this is the first time I'm digging through it, it has the cardboard in the bottom. This poster looks like it has never been unfolded. It's not even a poster, it's like a flyer thing or something. I thought it was a poster. Tatio Wave. Catch the Tatio Wave. It has got a few different games listed on here. Wrath of the Black Manta, Dungeon Magic, Puzznick, Bubble Bobble, Indiana Jones Last Crusade, things like that. It's really neat to have. I love stuff like that. It's amazing that stuff like that survives. The How to Play manual, again, I mean, it looks great. Super excited by both of those. And then even has, you know, the plastic bag around the game and everything. So that's amazing. I was really glad to have actually met you this time, Rob. You know, we've done a few deals online. So before, this is the first time I've done a deal in person. So thank you, Rob. Again, that was nestdepot.com. Next up, let's see. I don't know where to begin here. I don't have these really in any particular order. Okay, sure, I'll do this one first. It's probably the easiest. I traded Doom 64 for Popeye. I have never owned Popeye. It is the 5-screw variant. It's another black box game off the list. I don't know where I'm at on the black box stuff. But I'm going to give that a shot at some point here, so that'll be fun. But really happy to have that. I got that from, I believe his name was Daniel. Thank you for that. Next up, wait for those. Did a deal with another Nick, Nick B, out of the Iowa Retro Gamer Nation yesterday. He sold me a copy of Rescue, the Embassy Mission. I was told it's a really fun game. I have never played it, and it is complete. So that is awesome. Gave me an amazing price on it. He said he doesn't collect NES. He's more of an SNES guy. He was just happy to basically get rid of it. Thank you, Nick, for that. Next up, I'm gonna go with this one. Talked to the guy who was kind of set up next to me, Cameron. Traded him some stuff. Happy to help rebuild his collection a little bit. Traded me some stuff though I needed. Got the manual for Star Wars. I do not own the game yet. This is going to go into my pile of to be gained later. The box for Super Mario Brothers. This is now the second Mario Brothers game I have complete. He traded me the box, which I mean it's in pretty good shape, and manual for TMNT, the original Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. A lot of people say they hate that one. The other two are much better, but I love it. And then he traded me the box and manual for Time Lord. Just another complete game. Really happy about that, so thank you, Cameron. Happy to help you get your collection going back. Next up, did a deal with the 8-bit Leprechaun. Traded him away some of my N64 stuff I had gotten just like the day before. He needed boxes and manuals and the like. Traded him quite a few manuals, a couple of boxes and stuff, and came back with an amazing deal, an amazing amount of stuff. First up, Ninja Gaiden 2. Really happy to get that one. The manual for Adventure Island. The manual for Zoda's Revenge. That does complete out Star Tropics 2 for me. The manual for Gotcha. The manual for Wizards and Warriors, which goes great with the copy I just picked up. The manual for Sesame Street 1, 2, 3. The manual to WrestleMania. A manual to Karate Kid. The manual to Spy vs. Spy. The manual to Tag Team Wrestling. The manual to Karate Champ. And the manual to Ren and Stimpy Buckaroos. I don't have Ren and Stimpy Buckaroos yet, but that is going to go also into my pile of stuff for later. So, amazing deal on that. I'm sure Brandon's happy to get rid of a bunch of his stuff, so thank you, 8-bit Leprechaun. Funny story though, when we were out garage sailing, we did pass a whole big box of Leprechaun stuff, but he didn't pick it up. Anyway, again, thank you, 8-bit Leprechaun. Next up, did a deal with Cody out of the group, one of the later deals I did. I don't remember what we traded. I traded something to him. But for the Hide Glide manual and a Bigfoot manual. So, thank you for those. I wish I could remember what the rest of that deal was, but thank you for that. finally did a deal with another guy. We'd been talking a little bit. I wasn't sure this and that what I wanted to do, but he took that Pokemon Crystal off my hands, and I got a complete cleaning kit. He was cutting me, you know, amazing prices on stuff, so it looks like everything's there from near as what I can tell. So that's amazing. He just wanted to get rid of a bunch of stuff, and he's like, he didn't even look up values. He's like, this much, that much. I'm like, okay, and we came up to a consensus, and I think we both walked away happy. Wayne Gretzky Hockey. I do have the boxing manual for this from the last time, so that's another complete one. The box and game for Bad News Baseball. These were all rental boxes that he had. So some of them are, yes, pretty faded from sitting on a shelf, you know, out in sunlight. Maybe even in a store window, I don't know. But they are pretty faded, but it is nice to have. They've been resealed. The game itself is already traded. It is going out in a bigger lot I've got coming. Jurassic Park. He wasn't sure if it had manuals or anything, and none of these did. But it's got posters and everything. It literally looks like they opened it, pulled the game out, and pulled the game and manual out and re-shrink wrapped them back together. Simpsons Bart versus the Space Mutants. I believe I have this one. Again, it's got the poster, no manual, but another box knocked off my list. And then Krusty's Funhouse. Also has posters and cards and the like, no manual. I do have the game for this coming in a future trade. Keep an eye out for that. And lastly, got a couple other things yet. They did a bunch of different giveaways throughout the day. Surprisingly, I won 2 of them. I had won a plug-and-play system, which I gave to somebody else who thought it was cool. I really didn't want it. And then I got a complete Game Genie. So that is awesome. I'm going to need to figure out, I don't know if they make a box protector big enough for this bad boy or not. But if they do, I'm going to have to get one for it. And finally, I believe his name was Bill, gave me the Power Set box. He was tired of carrying it around. Couldn't find anybody that wanted just the box. So I don't have a Power Set yet. But I do have a box for one. I haven't decided if I want to keep that or not. So that may or may not be up for trade if somebody is looking for that. But yeah, after all of this, I have to do a quick count here. Those are empty. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 14. I believe that puts me to like 304. 303 or 304 on my quest to get everything going, which is awesome. I put my goal at 350 at the beginning of the year. I've got a bigger trade coming, and between what I've got today and that trade, I might just get there in those 2 alone, and that's not counting anything else I might acquire. So keep an eye out for future videos. Like, comment, subscribe, of course. Once again, thank you to everybody. Thank you to Joel out of the Iowa Retro Gamer Nation for hosting. Was an amazing time meeting up with everybody, talking, trading, selling, buying, you know, all of that. Good stuff. I'm not exactly sure where I'm at on my previously owned list. At a quick number, I would say probably in the 85 range. So knocked a good few more off that list. But yeah, that's what I've got. I don't think I've got anything else. I don't think I missed anything. Till next time.